So today I would like to talk about love. Recently we have had Valentine's Day, and perhaps you are wondering, why am I single? Or why am I in a relationship that is not working for me, that is not supporting me and not reflecting who I am? The reason why you might be single or in a relationship which it's not good for you goes back to your early childhood experiences. Unfortunately, everything that happened to us before the age of 7 imprints on our psyche. During that time, all our beliefs about who we are, whether we are deserving of love, whether we are worthy, what is possible and what is not possible, and how we receive and giving love are formed. That early brain wiring and perception of self and reality comes into play later in life. If you could do this exercise, draw a box and write on top of that box the relationship I want. And probably it will be something like that: a partner who supports me, a partner who loves me, a nice home, fun, travel maybe, activity partner, someone who supports my life mission. So these are all the good things. Now in another box, write what was home like before the age of 7. So if home was kind, supportive, the parents were loving and stable, all is well. This will be reflected in how you relate to your love matches and who you pick up as your romantic partner. However, if home was not stable, if home was chaotic, or home was volatile, or cruel, or critical, or abusive, this will be reflected in your, what I call your love map. Your love map is really a prototype for all your relationships. You will find people who remind you of your early childhood experiences, and you will be attracted to them. It will feel familiar. You see, our mind is not designed to make you happy. Our mind is designed for survival. And part of it is keeping you away from too many different things, keeping you safe. So familiarity tends to ensure a better survival. However, this familiarity, being attracted to people who on an internal level mirror our childhood experiences, of course is terrible for us. However, there's also another aspect here worth considering. We have this hope, innate hope, that in our partner we will meet someone that will love us like our parents didn't love us, and that we will be able to repair all the damage that was done to us. However, this is not the case. It is really our job to ensure that we become whole. If two people enter the relationships and both are dealing with a lot of problems, that relationship has very little chance of succeeding, and it will be very, very dramatic. So what can we do about it? Well, first we need to become aware. What is our love map? As children, we learn, based on behavior of our parents, how to love and receive love. A famous psychotherapist, Esther Perel, once said, "Tell me how you were loved, and I will tell you how you make love." This could not be more true. Our early years determine indeed how we receive and give love. If our parents were kind and loving to us, we feel secure. We believe that the world is good and that we can have whatever we want. However, if the parents are neglectful or negligent or abusive, two things can happen. We can either become very anxious, and this manifests in anxious attachment pattern and preoccupied behavior with one's romantic partner, when we cannot stop thinking about what they're doing, and whenever they go away, we are in a state of terrible, terrible anxiety because we are very, very afraid that they will leave us. I imagine to some of you that sounds familiar. Or another thing that can happen, if a parent is not available for whatever reason or negligent, the child withdraws into herself or himself and starts avoiding intimate relationships. In their mind, an idea forms that people cannot be relied on, and it's better not to get too close to anyone because you will get hurt, which has been their childhood experience. So a person who becomes an avoidant in their attachment pattern in an early childhood is not really able to fully connect. They display as an adult a dismissive attachment pattern where they will keep you at a distance because they find intimacy extremely uncomfortable, and in fact they cannot cope with it. So awareness of understanding what is your attachment pattern and what can I do about it? Well, one can change. One can learn to love oneself through various processes oriented in mindfulness. One can form a loving relationship with self. That relationship will allow you to become self-accepting and kind to yourself, and through that, more inner security comes. I'm sure you've heard this saying, be comfortable in your own shoes. That's what it is really. It's being able to be okay with who you are. And this also means if you make a mistake, you accept you are only human. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's not that catastrophic. And this also applies to rejection. So if you do get rejected romantically, you have inner faith that there are many, many romantic partners available for you. And yes, this is a painful moment, but you do not get totally gutted. But all of this takes a bit of time because changing our inner thinking is really changing our brain. We also grow up with myths surrounding love. We assume that there is one perfect partner for us and that partner will love us no matter what. This is simply not the case. As I explored earlier, it is our job to connect with ourselves and find that love for ourselves. And then it's much easier for people to love us. Another myth is that love will conquer it all. Love doesn't conquer it all. Love takes work and dedication. Relationships need work, and too many differences are actually problematic. So it's very important to explore whether the person that you are considering as a potential partner shares your values, whether this person is of a good character. Because good character will ensure, and good values, that you can rely on this person, that this person is stable. Life will throw challenges at you, but how you cope with challenges as a couple will largely be reflected in your values. So very important to pay attention to all these things. In my work with you, I will help you to make these judgments. I will help you to look at yourself and at your values, what matters to you most, and also to evaluate your potential partners, to have a look at what they represent, what values they have, and how all of this fits in with you. These are things that need to be considered really early. I always say to my female clients that the first few months of a relationship, it's really a project research. And I cannot emphasize the word research enough. At the beginning, you really need to ask questions, you need to gather data, you need to get yourself to a point where you really understand this person and whether this person is a suitable long-term prospect for you. And of course, at the same time, you can have fun and you can allow your romantic prospect to get to know you. I can teach you how to do it in a fun and stress-free way, so you can have a relationship and ultimately marriage and possibly a family that you want. Thank you.